With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. There's a scene a short time ago the Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Sliding out of the pocket. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
They'll roll him out right. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took it back.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And this is a crew, they come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really haven't. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry here for Joe Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. Mixon with a first down carry. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On second down, here's Burrow. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense humming here in the early going.
Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. Second and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. Past the 20. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now Burrow to throw on second down. His pass caught at the 4. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And we do talk a lot about how the tight end position has changed in the NFL. Here's a great example. It used to be that they were linemen who occasionally caught passes. Now they're wide receivers who occasionally block people. And right here, this isn't tight end speed. It's definitely wide receiver speed.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson from the shotgun. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. After the penalty, it's Mixon. Room past the 20. And all the way up to the 31-yard line.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
Play action. It's Burrow. And his throw here is incomplete. Robert Foster, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. They go play action with Burrow. And oh, this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. First down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Now Burrow on first down.
Now Burrow loses the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Throwing the out route and complete. That's Boyd. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Nice job there by Tyler Boyd, finishing off the connection on the throw. Over 1,000 yards receiving each of the last 2 seasons, with 90 catches in 2019. Was thought to be a complimentary receiver, but with A.J. Green out much of the time, he became a reliable and consistent target.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So on 4th down, Burrow will give way to Randy Bullock for the Bengals field goal.
From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their history. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Throwing again here on 2nd down, this time complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. From the gun, Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Eluding the pressure right.
Open man is Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
That might be it right there.
25 yards that time.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens have retaken the lead.
A year ago, Lamar Jackson led the league in touchdown passes with 36. And many of those went to his tight end, Mark Andrews, who went to the Pro Bowl in his 2nd season in the league. He led all tight ends with 10 receiving touchdowns in 2019. Many people argue that he's Jackson's go-to guy. I say there's no doubt that that is his main target, and he goes to him again for a touchdown connection.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe.
They got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. First down. Here's Burrow. That is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Rolling to his right. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Time to go to work. Let's go.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. For a Cincinnati score. Drew Sample, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. From the gun, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Geez, I mean, what more can you say about Lamar Jackson? We know that he's got the quickness and the agility, but if you wanted proof of his straight-line speed, look no further.
And normally when you see guys moving this fast, it might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play, and then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off, and he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
And his maximum speed there, according to the next-gen stats, 21.9 miles per hour.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Flush to his right. Pass incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Play action. It's Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Mark Andrews, a first-time Pro Bowler, the intended target.
And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Here's Jackson.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. And I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On second down, Burrow. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. They're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 Fs for a rookie.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. To throw is Jackson, operating from the gun. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Being chased out left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Burrow on play action. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He's going to look deep down the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Throwing on 2nd down, Jackson. That is incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. He'll buy some time right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another big hitter there, this one good for 18. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete here. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. That's Watkins.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Devin Duvernay.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Tucker now for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back.
And he'll be out right at the 35. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down. Burrow now, a big spot for the Heisman Trophy winner. Open man is Higgins. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Everyone in the NFL is looking for mismatches, and T. Higgins' size and speed at receiver, that allows him to have those type of mismatches against most defenders. 6'4", ability to flat-out fly. They can use him everywhere, including in the slot. He's a dangerous playmaker and a big-time producer in the red zone.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Again, it's Burrow. Flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Bullock's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Taken about 7 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spot on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack? Or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
They go play action now. Jackson. Dancing to his left. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
That's a gain of 6 on the 1st down run.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken in the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Come on, fellas. Get it together.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. Tyler Boyd, he's going to go. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. Here we go with Burrow. And he's not going to get there. The defense able to come up with a big stop. And they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. So down only 2 now. Still a chance to finagle their way into field goal range if they can get this onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Jackson to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, that'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now it's Burrow. Now a desperation throw, deep down, and that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Gonna throw deep for the end zone. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Pettis once again the target, and it's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
They go play action with Burrow. Sliding out of the pocket. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.